Good morning, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Tina Kavrigich. Don't worry if you can't say the name. You could always just refer to me as Northern Stamper. If you have any questions or wish to reach me, just drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. I am so excited to be here. I do apologize for last week. There was a bit of an issue with the camping. I didn't realize they had absolutely no internet, so I do apologize for missing last week's on Tuesday. So let's get started. We are going to be looking at some of our old items that we have in our craft room. Have you been checking out the stuff in your craft room, what you can be making? And what I'm going to be showing you today is I'm not going to be focusing too much on a particular stamp set, but I'm going to show you a technique that works really well with a couple of stamp sets. So I'm going to be using Beautiful You. I'm going to make 2 cards today. I'm going to be using Beautiful You. This technique works really well with this one, in particular the one with the um, the umbrella. I'm going to be using that. Okay. Sketched butterflies. I'm going to be doing the same technique, but using the butterflies so that you can see different things that you can do with some of the stamp sets that you have in your room. Sometimes it's good to go back and look at the stuff that we have because, we love it because that's why we bought it. And I hope you're keeping cool today. It's nice and cool in the basement. I don't think I'm going to be going outside today. It is starting to get very warm. Uh, so let me know what the weather's like where you are and how you're keeping cool. But before we get started, I wanted to let you know that there are some really great stuff in the annual catalog coming up. There is new stuff launching for online exclusives coming up next week. There are 2 new kits coming. If you have any questions, northernstamper@gmail.com. I will have them all in the newsletter that comes out on Saturday. Now, I have to tell you, ladies, I just finished making card alternatives with the Beautiful Blues kit. I was able to make 10 cards, 10 alternatives using just a little bit of cardstock to add in. But oh my goodness, what a great kit that is. I just love it. Very, very nice. So that is a great kit. Now, I've decided for July what we're going to be doing for Takeaway Tuesday. I just wanted to let you know. We're going to be going with the color wheel. Comment below if you have a color wheel. If you don't have one and you would like one, drop me a message at northernstamper@gmail.com. I have a few that I can mail out to you if you are interested. And we're going to be using this. This is a lot of fun. I love this because sometimes when you're stuck, this does help you, give you some really great ideas. Okay. So give me a thumbs up if you are ready to get started. Like I said, we're going to be making 2 cards today. Any questions? northernstamper@gmail.com. Those aside. So I got to tell you something really funny. When I came back from on stage in March, I had received a stamp set as a gift. And when I came back with the trailer, I couldn't find it. So when I went camping this weekend, guess what I found on the floor of my trailer was the stamp set that I had received as a gift. And I'm so excited because I really wanted to work with this. I thought it was really cool. All of the line designs on this, um, I thought it would be kind of challenging working with these images, but I'm going to be taking some time during this heat wave and crafting some cards with this. Like, very excited. What a great little find that for a camping trip. I thought it was quite funny. All right, let's get started. And since I'm making 2 cards today, I'm going to go through the items that you need. So you need a card base. Oops. I'm going to be using this Night of Navy. I don't know why it's turning yellow on me, but we're going to be using Night of Navy. So that's the Night of Navy card base. So since I'm making 2 cards, I have 2 card bases. Okay, so that's the card base. Now for the next portions, what you're going to need are 2 pieces of basic white, and you're going to cut them so they become a mat on the front of the card base, just like that. So a nice little edge all the way around. Okay, so I got 2 of those. So there's 1 And there's two. So a nice edge all the way around. Okay. What we're going to be doing some work on that. So I want you to grab some scraps. So I'm going to grab scraps that are not Night of Navy. Here's the cardstock. That's the scraps, and some white. And I've taken some that are like about 3 inches, I believe, but we will be cutting them down a little shorter. So, but I just wanted to use the scraps up. Okay, so this is a really interesting kind of design. So let's get in those pieces of basic white. We don't need our card base yet, so let's put those off to the side. So I'm going to put these right here. Oh, can we see? Are we out of focus? Not sure. Are we out of focus? Let's take a look. We're going to be using the sketch butterflies for one and the beautiful you for the other one. So let's get them out and onto a block. Here we go. You can tell it's a brand new. So let's get that onto a block. Is it going to fit on this one? It is. Okay, so I got that one on for one. I'm going to use the butterfly on the other one. Put him on a block. And there's a couple of little butterflies in here that I'm going to use too. So let's try and find a block for them. Where are they? Okay. Now the ink color that we're going to be using is Memento Black. We're going to be using Memento Black ink. And to color these images, I've just grabbed some Stampin' Blends. And these are just a variety shade of blue. Okay, so let's get started. Whoops. I'm going to start with the one with the butterfly first. So what I want to do is I'm going to ink up my butterfly in Memento Black ink. Okay. And I'm going to put him on. I'm going to stamp him right here. Just like that. Oh, that turned out so good. And then I'm gonna just add those little butterflies in Memento Black. Kind of put it like this. You can kind of see like that. I'm gonna do the same for the girl with the umbrella, but I'm gonna put her more in the middle. Okay, I'm gonna place her right in the middle. So the butterfly I placed off to the side, but this one I'm gonna place in the middle. Okay. Now the reason I wanted to do that is because now what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of our scrap paper and I'm going to stamp the same image on that scrap piece of paper as I did there. Now I'm going to take this one is like kind of more like the whole width. I'm going to place it like that. Can you see that? There we go. So let's get that image of the girl and I'm going to stamp her. And what I'm going to do is place it right in the middle. Oops. Okay. And it may fall off the page, but that's okay because I'm going to be cutting it down anyway. So place it in the middle. So there is only a little bit of her, so we will be doing something with that. We're going to be coloring her in. I'm going to be doing the same with this butterfly, but I want to try and get this portion, the left side of him more than anything else. Make sure he's well inked. Okay. There, they're nicely inked. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is these pieces are too large to go on top. See how they go on top, but they're too large. I'm going to be cutting this down a little bit. Same like this one. This one will sit right on top, but it's too big. But what I wanted to do is cut it down. In the meantime, before we do any cutting, let's kind of color these guys in. And I'm just going to use a variety of colors to highlight some of the areas. Okay. So I love working with Stampin' Blends. Just like the color, just going to add a little bit, and then I'm going to come in with another color. Like, really, these are a variety of different blues I'm using. And I just want to kind of add a variety, depth of color. I'm going to add a little bit to her dress. I haven't done very much with Stampin' Blend colorings. I just realized that. That's kind of interesting. I should bring that back in. So we're just going to add a little bit of color. And you can blend these as long as it hasn't settled the alcohol in the coloring. As long as it hasn't settled, you should be able to move it around. There we go. So I've added a little bit of color. Let's take a look. You can see a little bit of color there. Okay. I'm going to do the same for the butterfly. I'm going to use a variety of different colors. Okay. And don't worry about if you're a great color or not. That doesn't not matter as long as you are enjoying what you're doing. Okay. I'm going to bring a little bit in. Again, I'm trying to blend it a little bit. Trying to get some color contrast in there. So using a variety of colors will give that. There we go. You'll notice I'm only doing a portion of this butterfly. I only did the left side. You can kind of see them like that, right? What I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to be cutting this down. So if I take this piece and I place it right on top of the girl, you can't see the image below it because this one is too large. So let's take it a little closer. See, if I just lay it on top, it's too large and you can't see the image below it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm going to trim some of this off. But I want to try and leave some color left. Okay. So I'm just trimming this down. So when I lay it on top, I can match up the lines. Just need to move it around. And there is a bit of edge around. Now, I want a little bit more edge, like a mat. So I will be matting this, but you can see now that this focal point has been reduced and all you can see is a little bit of the black and white behind it, and it will really pop out. I'm going to do the same for the butterfly. I'm going to take him down. And spotlight him on that first piece. Okay. So again, I'm going to take my butterfly, and I'm going to line them up. And look, it kind of spotlights on just on the one side. It's kind of a cool design. And let's get our mat. Now this is the tough part, is when you glue this on, you want a nice small edge, like a 1/8 of an edge. So what I'm going to do is actually take that. I haven't glued it, but if I place it on here, I can see the gutter of where the blade goes, and I can kind of line it up. I can see it's just to the edge of that. Oh, it's time for a new blade, I think. Line it up. I can see I'm holding it. There's no white in that gutter. And that makes a bit of a frame. Let's get that. Same with this one. Again, I'm just holding it. Putting a little piece, like I said, this is not exact. I'm just holding it. There's it's in the gutter. So it depends on how you cut your piece. Yours may be different because you use a different image than I would. There we go. But you can see, oh, terrible. It's time for a new blade. So I'm going to place that on there, and I'm just going to glue it. Just going to glue that down. Little bit of glue. Pop that on there. This is a really cool technique. It may not work with all stamps, but take a look to see what you have in your stash. You might be able to find something that you have used in the past that this technique might work with. Okay, I'm going to mat those. You can see it's a very small edge all the way around. Now, what I'm going to do next is let's get these on the card base before I go. I'm going to let those dry for a second. Get these on the card base. Okay. Now you can stamp your sentiment on already if you want. I think we'll make a little piece on a scrap and add it on. Okay. I like the color of the navy because it is a dark color, and I think it really helps it stand out a little bit. Let's get that on. There we go. Okay. Whew. I see from camping I am missing all of my tools. So I haven't finished unpacking yet. So some tools are missing. Okay, now we have our pieces like that coming together. Let's get some dimensionals, and we're going to add those pictures back onto the card base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that butterfly, and I'm going to line them up as best as I can, and then just put it on. Oh, that looks so cool. See how the dark colors really matte it, really makes it stand out. Gonna put some on here. Just take your time lining up the lines on here. So like, see this girl, let's see. Oops. Don't want her legs to be off. That would be horrible. Oh, I think that's off. Yeah, I think that's it. There we go. Just take your time lining up the edges. Oh, I think that's off again. There we go. It was too low. There we go. So there we go. A nice edge. See how it kind of pops? The color pops like right in the center there. Let's add a sentiment. Let's see, we can put a sentiment there. Let's see what I got. Where'd the stamp set go? Okay. Grab a sentiment. Happy birthday. Oh, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Get that. I wonder if I could stamp right on there. I could probably stamp right on there. I could probably put it right down on the bottom. I could probably do that for there too. First, let's see if I'm doing that the right way. Oh, there we go. Happy birthday. I think I'm going to stamp right on here. Oh, look! It turned out great. Ooh. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's stamp one up here. I don't think we want to say happy birthday, gorgeous, because I just think that wouldn't be right with a butterfly. Let's get this. I'm going to stamp right on there. But if you want to have it on a scrap piece, go right ahead. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, all we need to do is add some embellishments. Now, I just noticed I had this gold weave. I could kind of, like, if I lift this up, I could probably stick this underneath. Maybe we'll do that. Should have thought about that. Let's get a little piece. What if I put her behind that? I don't know. Kind of goes better with the butterfly. Let's put it with the butterfly. Stick it down. There we go. That looks good. Maybe I should do it for that one. Anyways, let's look at embellishments. Look through your stash and see what you got. Okay. Oh, it's coming together. Let's see what we got in our stash. Okay, we are looking for something that is blue. There's some blue. How many embellishments do you have in your stash? Okay. Oh my goodness, I think that's the only blue one I have. That's kind of strange. All right. I think I'm going to be using that. All right. I'm going to put some embellishments on. Whoop. There we go. Maybe put one down here. Hey, they look like little raindrops to me. I should have made little raindrops. That's so cool. So I have a lot of embellishments. Why not use them all? And, oh, where shall we put this? There we go. Sometimes we don't like to use our items. We just like to keep them safe and look at them. But you know what? It's time to use up what we have and mail it out. Here we go. Oh my gosh, that turned out so nice. Wow. What do you think? Oh, that turned out really good. Take a really good look at that. Oh, you know what we need to add? Wink of Stella. Add a little bit of Wink of Stella. Got to get that sparkle on. Here we go. Wink of Stella on everything. Why not? Oh, that looks so great. Oh, I'm so happy on how these turned out. Look at that. Oh, that is just lovely. Just lovely. Give this technique a try. Take a look at some of your stamp sets that you have to see how this would work. Give it a try, and don't forget to post your pictures. I'd love to see how they turn out. You know, I could have made some little raindrops in there. Oh, there's so many ways that you could always add more, a little bit more. I just wanted to thank you so much for joining me for Takeaway Tuesday. And don't forget to join next Tuesday, when in July we are going to be using the color wheel. If you have any questions, please drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. I hope you have a nice day and stay nice and cool. Take care.